Greetings, Terrarians, Khaios here. After a 4.5 month break, I am finally back, and it feels so good to be able to say this to you all in a video. I've really missed you guys, and I'm extremely happy to be able to greet you all once again. First and foremost, I wanted to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for all of the patience and support you've shown me since the unexpected hiatus began. Today, I'm going to talk a lot about where I've been, what has happened over the past few months, what will happen with some of the older channel projects, what's coming in the future of this channel, as well as announcing a very big project. And just to warn you now, a part of this video is going to get pretty serious as I talk about something very important to me. But before I get to any of that, let's talk about the build, because it wouldn't be a proper return to my channel without a build video, right? And do you know what else would make it an official Khaios video? Since it's a new year and I have a new outlook on life, I thought it might be fun to represent that in building a Terraria world. I've seen many of these builds before, and I've always wanted to attempt one, but I never got around to doing it. And I knew that when I did, I wanted to make it my own. So I figured, what if I made it look like a giant globe? And that's exactly what I'm going to be working on in the background while I talk about all of the things that I need to cover in today's video. So let's get straight into it. 2020 was a massive roller coaster, to say the least, especially the tail end of it. It was an amazing and terrible year all at the same time. This channel started the year around 50,000 subscribers, and by the time that I took my hiatus, we had just hit 200,000 and we're well on our way to 300,000 subscribers right now. Things were so up and so down for me that it's really hard to explain what the past year felt like. My absence all started with computer issues that I was having, where I was unable to record video footage without it corrupting. After about a month of troubleshooting that, I decided to change my moving plans and use the money that I had been saving up to relocate and spend it on building a brand new computer instead. It took a while for all of the parts to get here, especially that graphics card, since RTX 3080s are incredibly hard to come by. But I got lucky and I used a connection through a friend to get myself what I needed, and then I built the computer. During all of that, however, I was working on another series for the channel, which you may have seen, called The Building Bunch. Unfortunately, things in that department weren't working out the way that I had hoped. Not everybody was happy with how the series was progressing, and when it came to discussing how we should proceed, there were some disagreements. Ultimately, we ended up canceling the series entirely. I know that many of you were enjoying, and I really do apologize that it's over prematurely, but stick around for a major announcement later in this video. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Now, I'm not one to point fingers and blame others for my own issues, but the truth is, the way the Building Bunch ended hit me a lot harder than I expected. I was having a great time with the series, and I had high hopes for the future of it, and when it ended, I just lost all motivation to work on Terraria for a time. I took a break from the game entirely while I was waiting for all of my computer parts to arrive, and even when I had fully assembled the new computer in late October, I was still feeling unmotivated for Terraria. So for November, I tried something different. I began trying to play Minecraft on live streams, and I was having a lot of fun with that, but I uncovered a whole new series of technical issues during those streams. There was a problem with my mic setup somewhere. When I talked, my mic would crackle, which meant a whole new series of issues that I had to troubleshoot. And it was even worse in video recordings than it was in live streams, so I really had to tackle this problem. I was terrified that it was going to be an issue with my sound card on my motherboard, but I started by troubleshooting the cheaper end of things, thankfully. I swapped out all of the cables, then I ordered a brand new microphone and new sound mixer board. Thankfully, that turned out to be the problem, and it wasn't anything wrong with the computer itself. Headed into December, my new computer was done, my new mic and sound mixer were set up, and all the technical issues were fixed. I was feeling amped up for Terraria again, and I began recording some content. That's when I learned of a brand new issue that would plague me into the new year. Whenever I tried to upload content onto YouTube, it would perpetually be stuck in pending, and after about a week, it would just cancel its own upload. I wasn't able to get any videos out. And this didn't just affect my main channel, it hit my second YouTube channel as well. That channel is called Khaios Live, which, if you're unaware of, it's a channel where I post all of my live streams after they've happened. You can find all of my Minecraft and some of my Terraria and Among Us stuff in there if you're curious. So I found myself unable to upload any content in December, which just demoralized me all over again. And this is where things are going to get extra serious, as I'm going to talk a bit about depression, my struggles with it, and the losses of a friend as well as a family member. I understand if you want to skip ahead from this segment of the video, but it's something I personally need to talk about. And if any of you struggle with depression, or if you know somebody that does, maybe this can help you out. I went into the end of the year feeling very down. Nothing was going right, and I had essentially been out of work for the past 3 months. And when you have a job that relies entirely on your creativity, that is entirely self-motivated, it's not something you can force. Being depressed feels like living in a void where nothing matters and any creative thoughts or expressions just get swallowed away into nothingness. YouTube had fixed the issues with my account being unable to upload, and still I couldn't motivate myself to create something because of my depression. I'm usually the kind of person that doesn't open up about my own personal issues. I'm there for my friends and loved ones as often as they need me, but I always feel like I'm a burden on them when I express my own insecurities. It's as if I feel like I can't help somebody if I ever show a moment of weakness. But really, that thought process is just wrong. I finally started opening up about this recent battle with depression to people. First, I started with Cheesy Panini, and then some close friends. Eventually, I began discussing it with my smaller live stream audience, and now I'm talking about it with all of you. Then, a couple weeks ago, I was hit by 2 unexpected deaths. One in the family, and another a friend from my college days. Both of these people struggled with depression as well. The relative who passed away had depression for as long as I had been alive. I don't remember a time where she wasn't struggling with it. She didn't take her own life, but she did give up on living it, and she allowed herself to waste her health away, which was extremely sad and a painful thing to experience. My friend, on the other hand, had been overcoming his struggle with depression for years, and he was making great strides with it until 2020 happened. The loss of his job, coupled with other hardships revolving around the past year, brought back his depression, and unfortunately, he didn't talk about it at all. I didn't realize he was depressed again until he took his own life. The loss of both of these people left me feeling very empty, and it also got me thinking a lot. I was thinking very hard about my own mortality and my struggles with depression. The reason I wanted to have a new world feel to this video is because I want to approach this year with a new perspective on life. And to any of you that are watching that may have similar struggles with depression, I ask that you consider opening up about it. Talk to your trusted friends or family members about it. Reach out to a hotline if you need an impartial person to just listen to you. Depression can make everything feel pointless and void. But beyond that haze, there is a purpose in life. It's different for every one of us, but it's there. You might not be able to see it right now. Just believe in yourself, because I believe in you too. But that's enough of this dark, serious topic, and that actually brings us up to date with the present. I'm now past all of my technical and account difficulties. I'm working through my own personal issues, and I'm excited and eager to get this year going, even if it's a month late. I do apologize for the long absence. It's not what I ever expected to happen, but we can't always choose what happens to us. That said, let's talk about the future of this channel. I have a few running series that you may be wondering if I plan to continue. I will be continuing and finishing the NPC themed houses as well as the pylon themed houses series. I also plan to bring back commenter days starting in March. As I said earlier in the video, the Building Bunch series has been cancelled, but I've been working very hard behind the scenes on a massive project to replace that, and I'm very excited to announce it today. The name of that series is Terracore. I have teamed up with 9 other content creators to start a master mode medium core multiplayer server with storytelling elements and an in-game economy. It's inspired by a Minecraft series called Hermitcraft, so if you've ever heard of that, you'll have a rough idea of what we have in mind. I encourage you all to stop by the channel and check the new series out. I should be having my first video out in a few days, and I'll also link to the other content creators in the description below, so go check them out. In addition to that, I will explain more about what Terracore is in the very first episode, so be sure to give it a watch. But that's going to wrap up my first video of the new year. Once again, I'm extremely sorry for the massive break in content, but I thank each and every one of you for all of the kind words of encouragement and support you've left over the past few months. I wouldn't be here doing this without all of you, and the past year was much easier to get through thanks to you guys. Thank you all very much. I'll catch you all in a few days with my first Terracore video, and keep an eye out for the NPC houses and pylon videos as well. I hope you all have a wonderful 2021, and I look forward to catching up with all of you in the comments section. If you'd like to chat with me live, head over to twitch.tv/chaoslive on Wednesdays or Fridays to catch me during a live stream. Until then, take care of yourself, and as always, happy building!